My name is Javed Basha, Assistant Professor in Commerce, GBI Degree College and PG Center, Huyenadagale. And in this session, we are going to discuss about political environment. Okay, what is political environment? What are the different factors which are affecting on political environment of the country, and the different elements with some examples. Right. So, before we could start something here, political environment is it is a political condition such as general stability and peace in the country and specific attitudes that elected government representatives hold towards business. The significance of political conditions in business success lies in the predictability of business activities under stable political conditions. Right. So we know that every country has their own political system, right? And every political party having their own agenda for towards the betterment of society. And many times we saw that government are going to implement the or change the rules and regulations of business in the country within the country as per their political agendas. We saw that we witnessed several times, right? So here every government, every political party has their own agenda and they are following it, right? So, and here it is nothing but it is a political conditions, okay, with respect to the general stability and peace in the country, and some specific attitudes that elected government representatives hold towards the business. Correct. So, this set of conditions create political environment in the country. So here there are a few major elements of political environment like constitution of the country. We know that in India we should follow the constitution. In our constitution we have for every activity we have the rules and regulations. How should we conduct? How should we follow the norms in the country with respect to business, with respect to social responsibility, with respect to individual or citizen of the country, right? So we should follow that. Next, prevailing political system means prevailing political system. It here refers to the political party which ruling the government. Here, government means first central government, the next state government. Correct. So, prevailing political system and the political agenda behind their parties. Right. So, then the degree of politicization of business and economic issues. Right. So, and then the dominant ideologies and values of major political parties, the nature and profile of political leadership and thinking of political responsibilities, right? Then the level of political moralities, and then political institutions like government and allied agencies, political ideology and practices of the ruling party, the extent and nature of government intervention in business, and the nature of relationship of our country with foreign countries. These all there are major elements of political environment, right? So here it is not only the ruling party, it is not only opposition party's agenda, it is the sum total value of all this means constitution of the country, prevailing political system, the degree of politicization of business and economic issues, dominant ideologies and values of major political parties, the nature and profile of political leadership and the thinking of political responsibilities towards business, and the level of political moralities, the political institutions like government and allied parties or allied agencies, then political ideology and practices of the ruling party, okay, the extent and nature of government intervention in business, and the nature of relationship of our country with foreign countries. Okay, these are some major elements of the political environment, right? So uh, here political here uh, look at here there are some common political factors that influencing the international business landscape, okay, and the type of economic system a country builds is a political choice. Correct. So foreign countries often will have different economic systems from our domestic market, and adjustments often needs to be made to take these differences into account. For example, we saw there are different economic systems in the world, like a market economy, socialist economy, a communist economic system, and mixed economic systems. And we also see some governmental systems, right? So each and every economic system, each and every political system follows their own ideologies, right? So here we will discuss with some examples. Like, for example, a country may operate in a market economy where private individuals own most of the property and operate most of the businesses. And a market economy is usually the best economic environment for a foreign business because of the protection of private property and contract rights. Right here in the market economy, their major focus is towards the private individuals, right, who own most of the property and operate most of the businesses. Okay, so this kind of system we called it as market economy. And then next, some countries lean more towards socialist economy, where many industries and businesses are owned by the state or government. Operating businesses in this environment will be more difficult, but products can be still be produced and sold as people still pick their jobs and earn money. Here, socialist economy, all the business industries were controlled by the government, right? So, in few countries operate under communistic economic system where the state pretty much controls all aspects of the economy. Conducting business in this environment ranges from difficult to impossible. Okay, here there are few countries they are following communistic economic system. Here, communistic economic system means much control with respect to all aspects of the economy were conducted or controlled by the government. So each and everyone should follow the government rules and regulations. So this is kind of system where it is difficult or it is impossible to run the businesses properly, right? And then in reality is that all economies are mixed economies that take parts from two or more of the pure economic systems. Say, for example, you can conduct business in communist China, in Hong Kong, and other special areas where a market economy is allowed to operate. Okay, so here in China, you can allow to do business in Hong Kong and other special areas where a market economy is allowed to operate. Hence, a business also must often contend with different governmental systems. Examples include democracies, authoritarian governments, and monarchies. Some governments are easier to work with the others. Example, democracies are answerable to their citizens and the rule of law. Right? So, authoritarian regimes are usually answerable to no one, including the law. So it is less risky to conduct a business in democracies and constitutional monarchies. Correct. So a monarch with a constitution that protects the public and subjects, right? So the monarch to the rule of law than countries with authoritarian regimes. So it is better to work with the demographic countries or democracies countries to democracies countries than authoritarian countries, because authoritarian regimes are usually they are not answerable to anyone, but whereas democracies are answerable to their citizens and the rule of law. Hence, it is good option to go with the democracies countries. And here we know that political environment plays a very crucial role in regulation of business, and the political environment majorly affects the way in which a business operates, but many times it becomes an obstacle in the working of the businesses. Like as I earlier mentioned, the economies like authoritarian economies or something like which one a communist economic system, it becomes very difficult to, and it becomes obstacle to working of businesses, right? So the political environment with respect to business environment includes all the rules, regulations, laws, and role of the government in day-to-day functioning of the organization. Correct. Here, there are few political factors that affects business, like political stability in the country. Okay, here the political scenario of a country greatly impacts the operations of a business. If there is a lack of political stability, there are always disruptions and uneven working patterns are observed. And the government keeps on imposing restrictions in different sectors, which in turn affects the business on a large scale. Here, political stability is very important. Okay, political stability is very important for the growth of business. We know that if a country or a state is doesn't have the proper political stability, means there are continuous disruptions and uneven working patterns were observed. Okay, we could say some examples like countries like Singapore, Cuba, Japan. There were few political parties or the few prime ministers or presidents who ruled their countries over 30 to 40 years long period of time. Hence, because of that, we are not even see there any political instability in the country or uneven pattern in the business. Okay, we could not see any disruption and uneven working patterns because there are long political stability in the country. Okay, hence there's single government, there are single government and the same leader, and they are working towards the betterment of the society and betterment of the businesses. Hence, just I mentioned those countries because we could see that in those countries there are few political parties or leaders who rule the countries over 35, 40 years of long period of times. Because of that reason also, the countries are now listed in the one of the developed countries in the world. And the next one, taxation and economic policies of the government. Like the tax regime of a country directly impacts the operations of a business. The tax rate vary from business to business and activity to activity, right? So the role of government as a regulator here becomes very vital, correct? And the economic policies of the country like monetary policy controls the money supply in an economy, which in turn affects the working capital requirements of the business on a day-to-day basis, correct? And various components like fiscal policies, monetary policies, tax laws, rules, and notifications are used by the governments to affect the business activities directly and indirectly. And there are few things which related to foreign trade regulations, like expansionary policies of the management of the companies enable the firm to operate on a global scale, where the role of the government comes into the picture, right? And the government sets various rules and regulations, say for example EXIM policies, forex policies, FEMA policies, and import-export policies, etc., in order to enable the firm to function in the international market and so as to keep up the competitiveness in the global market. And the government of India follows the model of conduct based on UNCITRAL model in order to resolve disputes that occur while operating business globally. And so there are huge variety of instruments available with the government which it regulates the business environment. Like government itself starts producing economic goods like electricity and public transport services in order to keep control and check on the practices of the private players. And government uses the taxation tools and subsidies in order to promote the production process. It provides subsidies and tax concessions for production of those goods that promote social welfare, and higher taxes may be imposed on goods like alcohol and cigarettes. And government frames and keeps on updating the labor laws of the country so as to keep a check on the injustice done to the working classes. The government of India has framed many regulations that keep strict vigilance on the activities like money laundering and investment of the companies in tax haven. Okay, thus the role of government and its policies play a very decisive role in the business environment of the economy, right? So the policies of the government are either promotive or restrictive. For example, in case of promotive policies, the government brings out various schemes to promote small businesses and enterprises. It lowers down the interest on loans taken by small farmers so as to boost the agriculture sector and small enterprises. Correct. In promotive policies, the government brings out various schemes to promote small businesses and enterprises. It lowers down the interest on loans taken by small farmers so as to boost the agriculture sector and small enterprises. In case of restrictive policies, and the government imposes a ban on the practices of various players in the market, which may be detrimental to the society as a whole, like a ban on plastic bags, etc. Correct. So here restrictive policies like government imposing ban on the practices of various players in the market, which may be detrimental to the society as a whole, like ban of on plastic bags, etc. We could see that. Correct. So this is with respect to the political environment in business. Okay. In the next class, we'll be discussing about legal environment of business. Thank you, one and all.